So CYRANO finally gets a wide release, and yeah, it's good. So you guys are gonna have to forgive me on this review because I might be forgetting some stuff because I saw this movie. I just checked my letterbox, link in the description. I saw CYRANO December 2nd. It is late February right now. We have seen Uncharted. We have seen the new Scream. The Sundance Film Festival premiered and concluded. And we have still, the people have not seen CYRANO yet until now. And not really sure why. I'm not going to spend too much time on the campaign because, you know, who knows how much that actually affects stuff. And I'm sure they all have their reasoning for it. Do I think the campaign hurt CYRANO's Oscar chances? Yeah. Was it solely to blame? No. I don't think that either. CYRANO, they were getting out there, like they were one of the first for SAG. It just missed. Sometimes that just happens. Let's talk about CYRANO. Like I said, it's good. I think it's good. Does it like blow your mind or anything? No, I just think it is a perfectly fine movie that, if I'm being real, I do think like general audiences will very much enjoy it. In terms of how many, in terms of like box office, no clue. But the people who do watch it, I think they'll enjoy it. If I could sum up CYRANO in a second in terms of its plot, because if you see the trailer, you know what it's about. Or if you're just like a fucking historian with Cyrano de Bergerac or whatever, if that's is that a real person? You should know what it's about. If not, let me sum it up in one sentence. It is basically a love triangle between CYRANO and the girl he's after, and then another guy that the girl likes who is in CYRANO's like army regime. Yep. That's good with that. So since CYRANO is a poet, he starts writing shit pretending to be the other guy, and the other guy sends it to the girl. Why am I forgetting all these names? Oh yeah, it's because I saw it December 2nd. Okay, you already know what I'm getting at though. Okay, there's a love triangle there, and as a story, that's where I think it's just perfectly okay. I think it is a fine story. It doesn't do anything new with that story. And the story isn't aggressively bad or anything like that. It is just solid. That's what it is. It's solid. As a movie, it's solid. There is a really weird part for me where it feels like it turned into another movie. I didn't understand like the tone and shift change. And I felt like, wow, we are like really in a different movie, even though I understand why, obviously. But just that one is a little drawing for me. And that's what it lies on. In terms of like what's like really good, honestly, it is pretty technically well crafted, much better than I thought in terms of the cinematography and the production design and costume design, which it was nominated for an Oscar. So that's actually pretty impressive, which I can appreciate. And you know, say what you want about Joe Wright, who is a very hit or miss director for a lot. I think his movies are fairly technically well crafted. I mean, you know, you look at The Woman in the Window, you know, that's technically award nominated. Obviously, I'm just being a dick, but you know, Pride and Prejudice, Atonement, all that stuff. Joe Wright is like a very capable director, and I think he puts care into the technical aspects. But people want to know about the performances, specifically Peter Dinklage, who was up for an Oscar. He was either in 6th or 7th place, depending on how you look at it. I'll be honest, the first time I watched it, I thought he was good, and that's really it. That's kind of like, you can see how the movie has kind of affected me there. As it sat with me, and I certainly have sat with it a long time, like 2.5 months now, a little bit over, the performance is a lot better now. In my mind, I feel like I was being a little too, maybe not harsh, but some of the things that weren't clicking with me then have kind of clicked with me now. It's all in the face with Peter Dinklage. It's all in the face. And he portrays that like very well. In terms of his singing voice, honestly, guys, I'm one of those people where if I know you're just an actor, like a straight actor, I don't really care about your singing voice. I didn't care about Ryan Gosling's in La La Land, and I don't really care about Peter Dinklage and CYRANO. I didn't care that much about Russell Crowe and Les Mis because I know they are like actors. It would have to be like blood-curdling bad for me to be like, yo, get this man out of here, okay? Get him the fuck off the screen. Peter Dinklage is not like that. For some of the other people who actually come from like a theater background, I'll be honest, I do expect you to sing well, like, you know, in West Side Story. What the fuck am I talking about? So Peter Dinklage's singing voice is okay. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me because I think he is like very good in the movie, and I do like the performance a lot more now as it sat with me. Haley Bennett. Honestly, guys, she might be my favorite performance in the movie. I know that might be crazy to some. I think she might be my favorite. First of all, baddie. All right? She's bad as baddie, okay? But second, along with her singing voice, I think she plays this role perfectly. And she is like extremely believable in what you want. It provides exactly what you want. That just like pure innocence and obviously beauty, but also like being like kind of conflicted inside. Yes, mate. Yes, this whole cast was very good. Kelvin Harrison Jr. obviously included. I think he's a great like young actor, and he can low key sing too. So fire, and obviously all the other smaller parts in between. So the technical aspects of this movie, pretty good. Performances, pretty good. Story, okay. And that's what you get with Cyrano. I will say there are some sword fighting bits that honestly did not have to go as hard as it did. I guess that's Peter Dinklage kind of channeling the Game of Thrones in him again, but I mean, he kind of goes off, not gonna lie. Now, it does kind of bum me out that Peter Dinklage wasn't nominated. Obviously, I know I said his performance was good, and you may hear that and think, well, you don't think it's like Oscar worthy. I mean, like that's just completely subjective to me. Obviously, a lot of other people like really loved his performance. It was just for me, I genuinely like love the best actor stat of the first time nominee spanning back like 40 years. I genuinely love that stat because I don't, no one wants the categories to just be recycled of past nominees and winners, right? We want new people in there too. So in that regard, that is kind of bummed out. But, it happens. I guess overall, like I said, I think a lot of people will like Cyrano in terms of those who actually see it. For me, I think it is a good film and frankly, nothing more than that. So Cyrano, 3 stars. You'll get him next time, Peter Dinklage. You'll get him next time.